Guess what? We're live. I'm so excited. Today is Friday. I love to talk about food on Fridays, or sometimes we have entertainment, but today it's food special with Mee McCormick. How are you this morning?
I'm good. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, you too. So, we're talking about the Pinewood Kitchen, which is located about 45 minutes south of Nashville, but it's become a destination. Tell us about what you have down there.
Pinewood Kitchen is located on my working organic farm and cattle ranch. And Pinewood Kitchen has been there since the 1920s. It was a general store and it was the hub of the Pinewood community. So, if you're in Williamson County, this would actually be where Pinewood originated. It was the Pinewood plantation that was founded in the 1850s by Sam Graham. And so, this would be the beginning point of Pinewood, and then the Pinewood Road, as you know, it goes into Williamson County, is the end of Pinewood. So that's where I am. I'm on my farm in Pinewood.
I love that. A little bit of history there. You created a kitchen, a place where really it's sort of for a food journey for you, talking about food heals. Tell me a little bit about that.
I never set out to become a chef. I am definitely the reluctant restaurateur, even today. I mean, there are moments every day where I'm like, why am I doing this? Lots of people become a chef as a career, and that wasn't my goal. I was very sick. I had an ulceration, the total circumference of my small intestine, and I was slowly dying. I have 5 autoimmune diseases as a result, and the only thing that was in my mind 10 years ago that clicked, that was touching the lining of my intestines, was food. And if I changed my food, I believed I could change my fate. And I did. And then I trained in macrobiotics at first, and it was a wonderful get me off the ground experience. It introduced me to whole food, especially being a horrible cook. And then from there, I went to culinary school in Los Angeles for French and American classics because I wanted to really understand what it is that we were craving in food and what was missing in traditional healthy food. And it was fat, and it was good fats, and it was seasoning and flavors, and I went to culinary school as a spy, really. But then I was already good at as a macrobiotic chef, but then I needed to go in and become a well-rounded chef because I don't think there's one way to food wellness. There's many.
Yeah, I like what you said about that because a lot of
Mhm.
times people think of I try to eat healthy, but people think of healthy food as like no taste and not
Mhm.
good. That's why they don't want to
Mhm.
eat it. They choose the other stuff. So I like that you
Well,
added that.
yeah, and I think people think of the word healthy as punishment. So we're like, oh, I got to eat healthy. I was bad. That all goes in the sentence. And really, eating well and for our wellness is a luxury. And we're starting to really figure that out in society. It's a luxury to take care of yourself, but it has to be a priority because without your health, you don't have anything. And
Yeah.
so Southern. So what I do in Pinewood is I do super, super classic Southern food. But I change the ingredients. So I do have fried chicken. I do have hand cut French fries and homemade ketchup, but it's what's in it that supports us in our wellness and the oils that we use. And then I do have things like Buddha bowls, farm bowls, microbiome soups, because I'm a microbiome chef. I mean, I've really been a cutting edge microbiome chef for 10 years. And understanding the bacteria in our intestines is the key to all wellness, and it's individual.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot. Explain more to me what a microbiome chef really is. I've heard a little
Well,
bit about it. Can you give us the easy version?
sure, sure. Well, the microbiome, first of all, is your intestines. It's the bacteria in your small, large intestine, and in your digestive tract, from your mouth all the way down to the out, as they say in Pinewood, from the rooter to the tutor.
I love that.
Yeah. And so it's really understanding the bacteria that is in our intestines to support our wellness. The bacteria in the microbiome is there, created there with our creation to absorb and break down foods and then to absorb nutrition. So when we don't eat a balanced diet, a well-rounded diet, and a heavily plant-based diet, and I am a cattle rancher and I raise hogs, but we need to eat a lot of plants. We need to eat plant based. It doesn't mean we have to be a vegan, but we have to eat plants because the healthy bacteria in the gut, which I call the gut homies, because they're your ride or die. And if they die, so do you. That bacteria feeds off of particular plants. And then that bacteria creates short chain fatty acids that then reduce inflammation and prevent major diseases, obesity, type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome, heart disease, Crohn's disease, colitis. All autoimmune disease come from an imbalanced microbiome. So how I cook is I'm always thinking about what is a prebiotic food and what is a probiotic food, and how do I put it together and make it delicious and southern and nobody knows. And so my soups are all prebiotic and probiotic because they're plant-based. They're finished with a probiotic soy-free miso paste, which is a live culture that then feeds off of all the plants that are in the soup. So I have a sweet potato lentil coconut milk soup, which is on my website, pinewoodkitchen.com, that you can go to and order, and we deliver it to your door.
Oh,
Or we make a barbecue sauce and a homemade ketchup, and the homemade ketchup has umeboshi vinegar in it, and which is a natural digestive aid, and it helps fight acid reflux and indigestion, which is huge, because that whole acid reflux is because of an imbalance in the microbiome. So the microbiome science didn't come out until 2002. The first articles in science journals were published, but then since 2017, there's been over 9,000 that were published then, and now every day there are thousands coming out, because we know that a healthy microbiome, a healthy gut culture is the key to ending chronic disease.
I
How's
love that.
that?
That's a whole lot of information to take in, but I totally agree with that, and I try to eat that way a little bit myself. I think anti-inflammatory diets, or trying to keep your anti-inflammatory down. I just recently discovered I have some allergies I didn't know that I had, which was
Mm.
causing some inflammation for me. So that has been had me look at my food selections a
Yeah,
little
I mean,
different.
that's when we read about two things. When we read about an anti-inflammatory diet, the reason it works, it's anti-inflammatory, is because it's feeding these healthy bacterias. And these healthy bacterias then create, again, those short chain fatty acids that fight the inflammation. So an anti-inflammatory diet is a healthy microbiome diet. And food allergies are major for me. I mean, I have celiac disease. I have a very, very serious dairy allergy. So in Pinewood, there was no, people ask me all the time, what's your favorite restaurant in Nashville? Well, I have a lot of lovely restaurants in Nashville, and I have excellent friends that are fantastic chefs and restaurateurs in Nashville, but I don't eat in any of their restaurants. And that's because I get sick everywhere I go because I have celiac. And food allergies are looked upon in hospitality as an annoyance. We look at people if they have a peanut allergy, and we go, okay, they could die in the room. But what about the person that has an allergy to gluten? And we look at it as annoying. But then if I get glutened, I'm sick for, I mean, gosh, I'm sick for a week. I miss out on my life for a week, and I'm laying on the floor dying to go to the hospital, but
Mm.
there's nothing they can do. So when I opened Pinewood, it came for sale, and my husband bought it, and I was very mad because I
I
already
think you're
had
a
this
city
big.
girl at heart.
Well, it's not that I'm a city girl. I was born in the Appalachian Mountains, and I own that farm. And we've had that. My husband's family's had the farm for 40 years. They started Winn-Dixie grocery stores, and my husband comes from ranching and farming. And I've been on the farm 18 years, but I did not want a restaurant. I was terrified of what could I physically, with 5 autoimmune diseases, keep up with the pace of it, and did I have what it took to lead not just a crew in the restaurant, but an entire community. Because what we're doing in Pinewood is community driven. I mean, there are 200 of us in the community. We rely on people from Williamson County and Nashville to come to Pinewood. I knew that there were no restaurants like ours. I mean, this isn't a farm to table. This is a table on the farm,
Yeah.
and there's a huge difference. So it's a whole other deal when when you're a restaurateur somewhere and a farmer comes to you and says, hey, I have shiitake mushrooms. Do you want to buy them? And you can say, yeah, I'll take 2 dozen. Well, when you're the table on the farm, you get shiitake mushrooms. You don't have a choice to say, I want 2 dozen. You got to do shiitake. You got to go shiitake crazy. I mean, you got to figure out how you're going to grow that shiitake, how you're going to pay that crew, how you're going to cook it, how you're going to use it, how you're going to sell it, and then how you're going to inspire people to eat it. So Pinewood is really, in my opinion, I didn't know this when I embarked on the journey, but Pinewood is the next level of my healing. You know, I got well with food. I got up off the floor. I weighed 89 pounds when I was at my sickest.
Wow.
And I'm sorry, my dog. You can put him in his kennel. I have a border collie that's amazing, but he talks. He doesn't bark ever, but he'll stand here because I'm ignoring him, and he'll just talk. And he's amazing, and he's a genius, and he listens to too much NPR.
There you
No, but it's, I think the thing about Pinewood is it's like I listen to right now in the world, I'm watching the news as you are. I'm watching what's happening in society. We need social changes. We need to become more inclusive. We need to be more compassionate and empathetic for all people. And I look at what Pinewood is, and I see Pinewood as this in action. I grew up very hungry and very poor in the northern Appalachian Mountains. My mother was very sick. She had a digestive disease. She could not eat. Then she died. I suffered. And so we feed anybody. If you come to Pinewood and you say, this is too expensive, we got you. And I feel like I now have access to all this gorgeous food, and I can't be greedy with it. We can't be greedy. We can't be greedy with our wealth. We can't be greedy with our food. And we can't be greedy with our time, meaning we have to take time to take care of ourselves first.
Yeah.
If eating for wellness is how we participate in the world. Because if you don't eat for wellness, then you're too weak to participate. And I have been her, I've been in bed for, I think I was sick for 10 years before they figured it out. And I missed out on 10 years of my life.
That's a long
And
time.
it's a huge time. And there are so many of us right now that are missing out on life because we are so sick and we are too fatigued or too exhausted, and we can't get up and get after it. And so, opening Pinewood and being the reluctant restaurateur, it's not just the food that we cook that's amazing and gorgeous and delicious, but it's inspiring a movement, not just in Middle Tennessee, but across the country now. As I tour with my book virtually, I've been on 15 morning shows across the country so far. And I have a lot more stuff up my sleeve. It's spreading the message that there are places, in the South, that are inclusive and are kind and are thoughtful and are wellness oriented, but yet classically Southern. I
Right.
think it's
And so
spreading, right?
I think so many times, I like that you brought that up. People think they're exclusive. You can't be Southern and enjoy Southern food and be healthy. So I like
Yeah.
that you married the two.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Southern food is some of the healthiest food ever. I mean, sweet potatoes are loaded with beta carotene, vitamin C, lots of fiber. Oh, gosh. Field peas. Field peas influence the microbiome almost more than anything else. Field peas and beans. So that's black-eyed peas, that's purple hull peas, that's Crowder peas, that's zipper cream peas. We grow in Pinewood. They've been grown in Pinewood for hundreds of years. So eating Southern food is the way that you prepare it. And so for me, I'll do something with regular bacon because I have my own hogs, pasture raised hogs. And then I'll do something with coconut bacon, because it's not just that people want to be vegan, but you also have people that want to feel well. And so if their excess is bacon or they can't digest fats, then you know what? I make sure that they can come in and they can have something that gives them that bacon feel or that flavor. And there's two choices. It's just this way of thinking about, I use the word inclusive a lot, and I always have. But I think that if we will use that word around the table, then that concept will spread into other things,
Yeah. Yeah. Because it
right? I
starts
mean,
with a meal, right?
it starts with a meal. It starts at the table.
Yeah. You mentioned your cookbook. Let's talk about that. I saw it in Costco. Look, she has
Hey,
it. So
girl.
convenient. Hello.
So convenient. How you doing?
How you doing?
This
I
is
love
how you
it.
doing? Yeah, this has been exciting. This is a wonderful book. This is my second book. And I just signed a book deal for my third book, which I'm working on somehow on my side gig.
Wow.
I don't know.
Goodness. Goodness gracious.
But this is a great book because this is Pinewood. I mean, this is my vegan option, which is Zephyr squash. So that is an heirloom squash that we grow in the South. It is beautiful. It looks like God tie-dyed it. You know, the bottom is green, the top is yellow, or nature, whatever word you like, I'm fine
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
But it's just, and then there's, you know, there's bacon in here. There's short ribs from my farm. There's carrot wieners, because who doesn't love a carrot wiener? And it's, you know what? It's about
4th of
thinking
July is
bigger.
around the corner. We could use that.
We could use carrot wieners. It's about thinking bigger. It's about, how do I play with my food? How do I get inspired in the kitchen again? And how do I cook for people in my family that are trying to take better care of themselves? You know, so if you have a family gathering, and I know it's small and socially distanced,
Right.
but what are you, you have the one cousin that's vegan. You're like, the vegans are coming, the vegans are coming. But, what are you going to do? You're going to make a carrot wiener. That's what you're going to do.
There
You're
you
going to
go.
make a carrot wiener.
There you
And
go.
then, but you're going to be inspired because it's going to be fun, it's going to be silly, and it's going to be delicious. And then for your homie, you're going to make them some short ribs. I
There you
mean,
go.
that is how we change our plates, right? It has to be
Yeah.
fun, easy, inspiring, a little silly, and a little zany. And I think that's what I love about the South, is that you can be playful here.
Yeah. You also mentioned delivery to Williamson County. You're delivering some of your boxes from the farm
Girl,
right there, Franklin,
yes,
Brentwood, Nashville. We can
I
all enjoy it.
Well, what I did is, when the Rona hit, when the Rona came to town, I
Rona.
was
Who
like,
invited
the
Rona?
Rona needs to roll out.
Yeah,
But
right?
when the Rona rolled in, you have these moments. I've been there 5 years in Pinewood with the restaurant, 18 with the farm. And when the Rona hit, I was like, okay, what are we going to do? I thought, you always have this moment as a restaurateur. Okay, we're done. Okay. And for me, since Pinewood is my service, I was like, okay, God, are we done? Are we out? And he said, no, you're going to make farm boxes. So I put together, we've always done CSAs every year, farm deliveries, set up. We've done farmers markets with the farm. Basically, Pinewood is a giant farmers market. Anything I have, you can buy as it comes off. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to create something better than a CSA. I'm going to create a CSA. You have to commit to it for a month. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. And there's no cooked food. And I was like, well, why don't I create a farm box, which is like a CSA that you can order every week as you choose. It has any of the produce I have, you can add. You go through the cart and add it. If you want grass-fed, grass-finished beef, I got it. You want bacon, I got it. You want eggs, I got it. You want a fried chicken dinner, I got you. You want a gorgeous gluten-free vegan cake, how you doing? You want a regular cake, I'm your best friend. You want biscuits and gravy, over here. And you get this farm box with like onions, potatoes, whatever you want, you do you. And so sweet potatoes, whatever I'm growing, whatever I have, you get it. And it started working. People were ordering our farm boxes, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm not done yet. And so I'm still doing these farm boxes. And then I've got 7 or 8 outdoor big umbrella covered picnic tables, because there are a lot of people that don't want to sit inside, and I support them. I mean, I have 5 autoimmune diseases. I need to watch my back. I just need to do my part to take care of me so the rest of the world can function, right?
Right.
Because I don't want the
Right.
world to shut down either, but I also don't want to spread the Rona.
Right.
So, we have 7 big outdoor tables. We even have tables across the street at my little mercantile, which y'all can do your shopping in. And I sell everything from sweaters, jewelry, bacon, eggs, horse saddles, and blankets. So, Pinewood is 50% inside, and it's all wide open outside. And it's just been amazing, because I think what the Rona taught us is we have to take care of what we value. And people from Williamson County, from Davidson County, all over Murfreesboro, Clarksville, they all drive to Pinewood, and they're like, they want real food, they want fresh food, and they want to support that farm, because I don't know of anybody else like me in Nashville that is a table on the farm, and it is a working cattle ranch and farm.
Yeah.
So I think if we want these places to stay, we as a society, we got to roll out to the wood.
Or you can bring it to them, right? With the little
Or I'll bring it
boxes.
to you. I got you. Yeah. And I even bought a delivery van.
Wow, I didn't know there was a van involved. Wow.
Oh, there is a van involved, homies. We got a van for you.
So tell me how the delivery works. Is it once a week? I looked at the website, but I didn't see the time
Okay,
frame.
so you just go. We are delivering on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday right now. And you
Okay.
go to the website and you click on the box that says pick up delivery. You click on it, you just scroll all the way through. First, you'll see all the cooked menu items. Any of that can go into your box.
Which look
And
amazing,
then,
by the way. Oh,
oh, thank you. Well, that's my amazing chef and photographer. My partner in the kitchen is Michael Bromley. He's a great chef. The two of us love to figure out how to make things better all the time and how to make it more inclusive. So you can roll through all of the baked goods. If you want whole baked cakes, you got to get ahead of the curve. I need those in by like Tuesday because we
okay.
do bake everything from scratch. And cinnamon rolls, you got to get ahead of that. Roll that because man, I brought out these cinnamon rolls and we just sell them, sell them, sell them. So then you roll on down, and as you go down, you'll see all the meat cuts that are available from the mercantile that go in your box: eggs, soups, jams, sauces. I run a canning kitchen 2 days a week in Pinewood, where we can all of our microbiome healthy soups, our elderberry syrup, our elderberry barbecue sauce, our homemade ketchup, our jams. I mean, we're like the way you used to do a kitchen back in the day. And then,
Yeah.
anyways, it comes in this gorgeous box, and you pay online and somebody comes to your door and they drop it off and you don't even see them.
Wow.
And you got dinner and a show. Just
All in one box.
yeah, all in one box. And then I pop out this little miniature version of me. No, I'm kidding. That'd be great.
Oh, that's the one I want. Me.
My I turned into a real life cartoon in my life. It's crazy.
Well, I hope everybody will take advantage of that. The pictures are gorgeous. The pictures of the farm, the whole ranch, the whole thing is amazing. I'm going to come down. I haven't been down yet, but I'm going to come down soon. Oh, look, somebody
Excellent.
just left us a message. They love your place
Oh,
and
good.
they're so happy that we talked to you today. So,
Root, root. All right, y'all. Well, have a great day. I loved being with y'all, and come see me in Pinewood. Come make a difference. I mean, I think where we spend our money, and is the story that we tell, and it's the story that we support. And
yeah.
so I think that's where we're at in society. Like, I ask myself on the regular, what is my value? And then what do I value? And then I move forward. And that's a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you guys go check out Pinewood. If you can't make it there right now, go order the box.
Get you a box, homies.
She'll
I'll be in
put
the
it on the
van.
front porch.
I'm gonna get in the van. I'm gonna
She
drive 'em
drives
over.
to the city just for us.
Driving. That's me rolling down the road in my 6 foot. All right, y'all have a great day.
All right. Thanks. See you soon. Thanks again. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.